You see, the banking system in general is falling apart. And it's falling apart predictably so because it's always been a Ponzi scheme. You have this business where you take other people's money and then you use that to multiply and create money out of thin air, give it to people all around the world, and then you make windfall profits from it until people get a little shaky, in which case you socialize your losses and give those losses to society. We've witnessed the US dollar lose more than 95% of its value over the last 100 years. We've witnessed the last 3 years alone, the supply of money in the United States double. We've witnessed so much evil, just reprehensible behavior by the banking industry.
Charles Hoskinson, a well-known American entrepreneur and co-founder of the Cardone of Blockchain Platform, has joined the many top investors and industry leaders who have spoken out about the ongoing banking crisis in the United States. In a recent video called Markets and Contagion, Hoskinson talked about how the global banking sector is a huge, well-run Ponzi scheme. Hoskinson said that the banking industry has always found ways to make as much money as possible while shifting losses to taxpayers, who already have a lot on their shoulders. According to the Cardown of founder, these banks and their big shot executives are able to do this with the help of regulators and politicians. This perfectly explains why these Washington big shots are so set against the cryptocurrency industry. During his video broadcast, Hoskinson said that the only ethical and practical way out of the banking crisis is to work in the cryptocurrency industry. Regulators in the US are making it sound like the industry is the problem, when in fact it is a way out of the mess. Most importantly, Hoskinson talked about a bigger part of the problem that most people don't seem to care about and how it could affect the banking system around the world. In the next few weeks, we'll hear Charles Hoskinson's very smart take on the banking crisis and where the cryptocurrency industry is at. In this video, we will delve into his expert insights on the current state of the world and the harsh truths that many people may not want to face.
When I was still the CEO of Ethereum many years ago, in a past life, I tried to get a Credit Suisse account when we were in Switzerland, because, it was 2014, and the Credit Suisse people said, well, it's too dangerous. With crypto, we couldn't possibly consider it would be so unstable and so terrible, and we have a reputation to protect. We're here for the long term. We've been here for over 150 years, and we couldn't embrace this crypto thing. And lo and behold, who's buying Credit Suisse? UBS, only if the Swiss government bails them out. You see, the banking system in general is falling apart. And it's falling apart predictably so because it's always been a Ponzi scheme. The escape valve has been cryptocurrencies. It gives us the ability to go into the digital space and take money to the next level, put people back in charge, embrace full reserve, all this type of stuff. And you know what's happened? The governments are coming in saying crypto caused this problem, not the trillions of dollars of money printing, not the fractional reserve banking system, but crypto caused this problem, not the rampant corruption, not the nepotism, not the US warfare culture that we've had, 9 countries over the last 23 years, $15 trillion in wars. None of that has anything to do with it. Not shutting down the entire world for COVID. No, none of that has anything to do with all of this stuff. No, not at all. It's obviously the market that's less than $1 trillion, crypto. That's what caused all these problems. So go look at Bank of America's unrealized losses. It's $113 billion. Look at JP Morgan Chase. It's around 40 or so billion dollars. Go down the list of your bank. Google your bank unrealized losses. Take a look where that sits. And you realize how quickly a bank run can occur. You realize how quickly things can change just like that. And the powers that be, they try to look for a scapegoat and blame that and say, well, this person's responsible. We're not. We're the solution. We've been cleaning up the mess and trying to get rid of the contagion that is fractional reserve banking. It's just that simple. You cannot base a system on a lie, on a fantasy, and then expect that system to be stable. Every time they fail, you and me and everyone else in the United States and the world has to pay for it. And every time they succeed on our backs, they get the money. And then they use that financial power to buy up media and to buy up politicians to convince you that somehow they're virtuous and moral. They never have been, they never will be, and now is the time for people to really start having that message break through. We're going to live in a world where these banks don't exist in this format anymore, because you know what? The solution to this upcoming banking crisis that's happening is too big to fail plus, plus, plus. The same group of people, ironically the same, Janet Yellen and these others, who told us that 2008 will never happen again, we fixed the problem, are going to lead us to a series of bank bailouts and consolidation and backroom deals that are going to make these too big to fail banks 5 times bigger. We're running out of money to socialize these losses. We don't have it anymore. Just look at the debt, our national debt, United States. It's over $30 trillion. What happens when that goes to 10%, which it's heading towards? That's more money than we spend on our military times 3, the biggest, most powerful military in the world, just to service the interest rate on the debt. How can we afford that? We can't. There's a liquidity crisis with the dollar right now. The rest of the world, they're trying to get off of it because they don't want to be on this sinking ship. What is the politician's solution? They come and say crypto is responsible. So let me get this straight. The people who push for full reserve banking are responsible. The people who push for auditability and transparency and immutability are responsible. The people that push for decentralization, resilience by design, open source, community ownership instead of ownership by the few are responsible. The people who push for you being your own bank and owning your own money and having control over your own assets, not some bureaucrat or banker, are responsible. Not the people that can start unlimited wars, print unlimited money, shut down the government arbitrarily whenever they want to, and then give your money to their friends. I'm sorry, we're too far gone. We know too much. The internet's out now. We can talk to each other. We can communicate with each other. And the reality is that this fractional reserve banking system is on its last leg. It's not going to last. It will not survive another 20, 30, 40 years. It's not stable. We have to take back our money. I tell you what scares the government. Got these T-bills, 3-month expiry. U.S. government's behind it. What happens when we can make those security tokens and businesses can just buy those and use those as their bank accounts? And markets are sufficiently liquid that they can instantly convert and make payments with them. How will the U.S. government argue that that's not safe? That their own debt is not safe? You have full custody and full control over it, and you can settle all your business accounting with it, you do payroll with it. Why would I, as a business, want to put my money in a bank that the FDIC only insures $250,000 and hope to God that I don't lose my deposits, that pays 0% interest or 0.1%, when I can go buy T-bills and treat them like a bank account and be able to pay people in that? And that's what security tokens give you. That's coming. The fuck are they going to do? How are they going to survive? They can't. And imagine how many trillions of dollars will leave the banking system, exacerbating the unrealized losses these guys have. So how do you get out of it? Yeah, print more money. And 30 trillion turns to 50. And the purchasing power of the dollar? Who cares about that? What about all the people that saved their whole lives, like my grandfather did on my mom's side? Dean Witter, his wife worked at Sears, and they had a little investment shop there. Went in and said, I want to invest 20% of every paycheck, even though he raised 7 kids, 5 boys and 2 girls. He found a way to set aside 20% of every paycheck on a lineman's salary and retire a millionaire. That whole retirement's gone. Why? Because every 5 years, it loses half of its value under the current monetary policy that we have. And then it'll be every 3, then every 1. Everybody's savings will go to hell. So how do we solve it? Print more money, more Social Security, more this, more that, with money we don't have. Tax the rich, great. That'll solve it. Take 100% of all their money, still won't pay for this. It's lies upon lies upon lies upon lies. And now we witness real time the contagion of the system spreading. SVB to Signature to Credit Suisse, and it's going to continue. The antidote has been and always will be honest money. And the digital gold of the day is the cryptocurrency standard. Right here, right now, our industry is proving its worth, and proving its worth more than all other industries combined. It's giving you your identity back, your data back, your money back, your payment system back, your banking back, your voice back.
How do you think this will affect the markets and the prices of crypto assets? Leave your comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.